Scorpio, how you doing? Welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 17th to the 23rd of June. Yes, the energy has been jumping up all over the place as per usual. I think we're going to be moving into a bit of quiet now for the next sort of 2 or 3 months with the energies and a little bit more consistency. The reason being is because I think the energy is allowing a lot of ills in the world to come to the surface. So we've seen that in elections across the world, and a lot of general elections, major elections have been called over this past few days. And I think that's what it's allowing it to do, allowing things to simmer to the surface. And that may well be happening in your life as well. It certainly has been for me. Things have definitely simmered to the surface for me. Let's get on with your reading. Overall energies here. Karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influencing from the universe, influence from past self, future self, and the general outcome or the lesson that needs to be learned for relationship side, financial side. Okay, let's just go in straight away with the overall energies. Let's just see what's going on here for you, Scorpio. Okay, that seems to be like there's a lot of things playing on a lot of fronts. It's almost like an orchestra. There's a lot of different instruments playing here, and they have to be playing to the same hymn sheet, as it were. And this could be within work, this could be within relationships, this could be within your own spiritual path, things that you're trying to do, maybe sort of like doing energy work or yoga or meditation, that sort of thing, and also for sport activities and general sort of activities that you derive pleasure from. It all seems to be like it's either that it's all coming together in one song, or you're being asked to put it into one song. Yeah, temperance. Look at that umming and ahhing going on there. Seems to be a little bit of that. It seems to be, when I look at the orchestra of your life at the moment, it's almost as if you're practicing for the big show. This is what it seems to be like. And there is a bit of sort of repeat, trial and error, that sort of thing that's going on here. And certainly, let's just have another look here. Yeah, there's certainly things in the relationships that you're finally putting to bed, or you've already done that, it appears, or you should have already done that, or you could have already done that. And if that's the case, then you should be moving on in the relationship. And I think one of the beautiful string section of the energy here is relating to that overall energy in regards to your relationship side here. Yeah, you've got to be laser focused. This is all about practicing. This is all about bringing all those different instruments together here, the Nine of Pentacles. This is realizing what fruits are ready at what time, basically. And this is like an overture or a big piece within an orchestra. It's knowing which instrument needs to be playing at the right time. And I think this is what you should be focusing on this week here in regards to your relationship side. And the universe here is bringing you the devil. The devil has been featuring a lot in the weekly readings. It also featured quite a lot in some of the signs in the weekly reading for last week. And it seems to be there a lot. Is the universe playing devil with you? Not so sure. Don't necessarily think so. I think it's telling you to concentrate on the different sides of things. It's the universe is bringing you a lot of different things here, and it's asking you to concentrate on the individual things, the smaller details, more than anything else. So then you can discover within what emotions and things that flow through you are actually illusions rather than real real paths to follow, to real emotions to follow. And from your past, you get the the Wheel of Fortune. And this is what I'm talking about, where something seems to have been put to bed in the past, and there were some really good, healthy boundaries in that sort of respect. There, you're not going to repeat the same things. You're not going to repeat the same problems. It doesn't seem that way, and knowing this will allow you to really go into the future like that. That is your future. That's what's begging you on, as it were. And it is out with the old and in with the new. Ace of Wands. This is where a newfound passion of living life is really starting to be installed. But the reason it's being installed is because you're laser focused, because you're now starting to see each little part that plays in your life. And you get the King of Wands, King of Swords out the top. This is your wisdom. This is an accumulation of this week of wisdom within your life, within your relationships. This, and combine it with your beautiful judgment, because Scorpio, you do have very good judgment. Scorpio and Libra were created out of Virgo and Sagittarius. And the old weighing scales in the Middle East were called Scorpios or Scorpions, because you used to hold the scale up by its tail, and its two claws used to hold the sort of the two platforms, the two scales, as it were. And it is the sign for Libra as well. And you have this capacity within you. And so you've got to trust your inner judgment. And the universe, or the overall energy here, is asking you to examine most aspects of your life this week without any real pressure upon you, but being laser focused on what really works for you. On your financial side, let's just see what's going on with the overall energy on the financial side. It seems to be a lot more clearer, I think. This is almost like, I wouldn't say a classical orchestra, I'd more say like a jazz band. Like, I remember going to see Cab Calloway, I've seen in concert. That was absolutely brilliant, amazing. Fats Domino as well, I saw in concert, a long time ago. You younger lot will not know these people. And you should check it out. Cab Calloway, Minnie the Moocher from the Blues Brothers. That's what he's most famous for, but he was also in the Cotton Club and stuff like that. But this, I'm digressing, aren't I? Sorry. This is more like a jazz orchestra. So it's much more defined, and it's got much more of a skip in it. And I think this is where you're getting your success, which is allowing you the space and time to analyze and process what is going on in your relationship side. Look at that. That is the Queen of Wands on your karmic path. This is the magical aspect of life, and that magical aspect of being passionate about every little aspect of it all. And that's why I say it's a bit of an orchestra, because there's not just one thing coming in for you here. You may want to start a restaurant, but you may be interested in doing books, so why not do a cookery book as you're doing that restaurant, if you know what I mean? There's several things that tie in together here, and it's in your karmic mission to actually get passionate about every segment of what you're doing in the material world in regards to your job, your business, and your projects. It's getting passionate about your suppliers if you've got a shop, for example, the accountancy side. It's also getting passionate about the media side. It's creative side of it all as well. There's loads of different things going on here, but it all has to come into synergy. And I think maybe there's a possibility that you're learning a lot from the financial side in order to sort of favor the understanding in your personal life. On the universe here is bringing in the Page of Wands. Yeah, a very joyous, this is that whole jazz thing about. It's skipping, it's dancing, it's enjoyment. It's not the blues. It's certainly being, the universe here is bringing in like that sort of childlike energy into your life, into your financial life. In your past, you have the Emperor. Yeah, I think the only reason you can play this beautiful scenario of combining lots of different passionate things that you've got in your life into one direction, so it provides for you what you wish to live in your life. is because you've done the work. You have a certain control over the physical environment of your workspace. So you are in control about how you push your career path or how you push your business physically, or your projects physically within the physical world. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna have a gasp of my tea. Tea, love it. Yeah. So in the physical world, in your future, this is more of a warning card more than anything else. Just sort of saying, try not to take on too much. You know, if you know every part and you're passionate about every part, that's fine. But if say like, like a jazz drummer goes off on some sort of offbeat, random sort of freeform jazz thing, everyone else is sitting around just kind of go, well, we don't know where the entrance is, we don't know where the exit is. And because there's just too much going on. And that's the warning card for your future, really, more than anything else. The lesson you've got to learn is a new way of doing things. This is this whole sort of jazz of playing it all together in one thing. If you imagine, they are, the all those ones there are the different aspects of your career path, your business or your project, whatever you wish to do. Say like you're starting a YouTube channel, you've got to get a logo, you've got to get you've got to get a channel name, you've got to work out all the social medias that you're supposed to be going on. Supposed to be. I'm not the best at that, so and it's every one of those buttons could be one of that. And I think this is what you're going into now, into a world that is much more orderly in regards of getting returns for what you put in. It looks very nice for you, Scorpio. It is learning times at the moment. A lot of creative stuff that's coming to the surface, a lot of new stuff. There's a lot of, and this could be to do with Pluto and Aquarius, really. Let's just do a bit of clarification on the Light Seers card. Temperance with the moon, the overall energies. It's all about you this week, really. And it has been on most signs, actually. It's all been about your sign, as it were. And this is bringing stuff to the surface. And I think this is on the relationship side. And it's making a lot of clarity on the financial side for you. It's making the way in which you engage in life, because you're umming and ahhing over things, you're exploring different sort of avenues. You're learning a lot about yourself and the best way to put your best foot forward, basically, your best emotions into a situation. Yeah. You get the Three of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. Being laser focused. You can only be laser focused on your future and realizing the components of your relationships that you might have in regards to family, friends, community, and one-to-one relationships. If you take a little bit out, the emotions out of the situation. And I think this is what you've got to do. If you put too much emotions into it, you may cause yourself pain here. And sometimes, and this is the other flip side of it all as well, sometimes, when you've got a splinter that's causing you pain, you've got to dig it out. And that is what you're doing this week here. You're digging out the painful bits so you can just chuck them away more than anything else. With the did you get I got a funny feeling you got the devil card in last week's reading. It's just coming to me now. Something about Capricorn. Yeah, it's paying attention to these finer details. You've got two kings now, both on this side here. Paying attention to the finer details is going to take you on to, and this is what the universe wants for you. This is why they're showing you the things that are illusions within your life, which causes you pain. But it's also showing you the good stuff. It's highlighting the good stuff. So you can keep laser focused on the good stuff. And if you keep laser focused on the good stuff, you can convert all those beautiful emotions that you have for life into something that is very, very constructive. and it's a brand new start for you more than anything else. You know, with the Wheel of Fortune, you get the Four of Cups. Yeah, this is mulling things over. This ties in with that. It is the Wheel of Fortune, and you do have a control over this Wheel of Fortune in the sense that you can distill all of these cups here, the past, the Three of Cups, your connections with people, and distill it into one cup, which is gives you that whole sort of you know, the essences of the beauty of those relationships. So basically, I have certain relationships with certain people that I do certain things with. So um, you know, playing sport or going surfing with one particular 2 or 3 different people who also like that sort of aspect of life. We don't do other things that I do with other people. And this is where you're distilling the essences, I think, of your past into one cup. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ace of Cups doesn't come out. This new thing that's coming into your life through your wisdom and your judgments is about being the best example of yourself. You know, you're going to have to fight for it in a way. And it doesn't necessarily mean sort of like kind of like getting into a fight with someone else. I think it's more of a case of that internal conflict there that needs to be sorted out so you can distill it into the best example of yourself. I think that's really good for you. With the King of Swords, you get the Two of Swords. There is a definite choice here. You can go back to what you've been living that's causing you pain, because some people like that. You know, poor me scenario. People feel comfortable within that. Or you can take the bull by the horns, make that decision, trust your inner wisdom, and go on to something that's far greater, much more enjoyable, much more expansive, passionate, engaging. There's a lot of things that are good for you in it. On your financial side, you have everything. Yes, you do. You have the 10 of Wands there, and coming out with the karmic here, you have the 10 of Pentacles. You have everything. Now, that can be a blessing, but it could also be a burden. And this is where you've got to play with your passions, play with the magic of life, trying different concoctions or different recipes, you know, of how you put your passions into life. And therefore, when the universe comes in with that beautiful, joyous energy, it helps you to build and construct a plan for the future. And I think this is what is coming out of this week, because we've got the well card at the top. You're coming together for a real plan that's good for you. Totally. You've fallen in love with yourself, not in a nasty way, in a very, very nice way. I think you've fallen in love with your strengths, your attributes. You know them. You know how to be at one with yourself. And this is what this week is all about. Once you start getting at one with yourself, you will have ultimate control over your own destiny, really. That's what the Emperor card's all about. What's this warning card about? What do you reckon you've got with the 10 of Wands? You got the 10 of Wands. It is a big warning here for you. Don't allow your inner drummer to go off on some random, you know, free-form jazz solo, because you'll lose the thread. And that's what the difficulty is here. It's a fine line that you're towing. And this is the outcome. The outcome is bringing forth a plan that I think you've been working on for a long time, Scorpio. And when you've been working on it for a long time, this full plan here that comes to the fore has every element in it. The world contains everything. Nothing you own didn't originally start as something from the earth. Everything comes from the earth, from the world. And this is as much as the physical world as the metaphysical world. And this is this new way of doing things that you are cultivating this week. and it will bring you the results if you cultivate this week rather than trying to run off in a direction. That's that inner drummer that's just kind of going, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. And oh, look, I've forgotten all about that. Oh no, that's the 10 of Wands. Got lots to do now. That sort of thing. There you go, Scorpio. Thank you very much for being here with us. Really do appreciate it. I hope you get the best out of these readings. I really do appreciate all the comments, all the support you give this channel through any which way you see fit. It's absolutely beautiful. Had some lovely responses to various videos that I've been talking about, shorts and stuff like that. It's been absolutely brilliant. Yes, so yeah, thank you for that. Really do. You know, I guess there's all left for me to say is don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.